Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with BNEWS Director Rich Hosford, BNEWS reporters Tad Stefanak, Chris Flaherty, and Robert Paris. Chris will be doing double duty today on weather and community calendar as Maddie and Peter are on vacation. Thank you for joining us. During the week of December 2nd through the 8th, the Burlington Buffalo Wild Wings is donating all proceeds from food and drink to an education fund for Hunter Baldera, the son of General Manager Ryan Baldera, who died on November 7th after attempting to clean up a cleaning chemical mishap. BNews Director Rich Hosford went to learn more and has this report.
On Thursday, November 7th, the Burlington Buffalo Wild Wings community was shocked and saddened when a cleaning chemical mishap in the back of the restaurant led to the tragic death of beloved General Manager Ryan Baldera, who, after two chemicals were improperly mixed, attempted to clean up the mess himself before succumbing to the fumes. Since that time, the larger community has come together to help raise funds to support Baldera's wife and infant son. This week, the owners of the restaurant franchise, Kent Ward and Jim Carmody, its management, and Ryan's former employees are doing what they can to help the Baldera family. For the week of December 2nd through the 8th, all proceeds made at the restaurant will be placed into a fund to help pay for Baldera's son's educational needs when he goes off to college.
This entire week, starting yesterday all the way through Sunday, every dime that we take in for revenue from beer, liquor, food, everything we take in is going to an education fund for Ryan's son Hunter, who's 4 months old or so, for when he's 18 and he won't have to worry about college.
There will also be a silent auction in support of Ryan's family, with a variety of items including special VIP tickets to a Bruins game and a jersey autographed by a local football hero.
So we have just a ton of cool auction items, silent auction items that people can bid on all week long, ranging from insulated coolers to cornhole games to stand-up fridges, half fridges. We have an autographed Tom Brady jersey with authentication, which is a huge value, obviously, as everybody knows. It's been terrific with our vendors have really band together and not hesitated to help out.
The Buffalo Wild Wings community coming together to support Ryan's family seems like a natural response, since everybody who knows him agrees that Ryan was always ready and willing to help others.
I'll tell you that in this business, been doing this for over 35 years, and I can tell you that you meet all kinds of people, and some of them you work with, they think you like them, and vice versa. He was a genuinely great kid, friend of mine. I don't, it's a cliche, but I don't have a bad word to say about him, and I don't know anybody that did. It was just a very, very affable, hardworking guy.
Supporting Ryan's family is probably the perfect thing his former coworkers could do to honor his memory.
The fact that he loved his family so much. Ryan talked about his family. It wasn't hard to get him to talk about his family, and he always beamed and he always smiled and he loved his little boy. So the fact that we can, it's never going to replace what he lost, what Hunter lost, but the fact that we can help a little bit, and it just makes the loss of Ryan a little easier to deal with. I'm not sure feeling good about yourself is the word, but it makes it easier to deal with losing Ryan, knowing we're helping him in some way 18 years down the road.
Finally, since the accident, traffic to the restaurant has been slow. Scott said that during the incident, the customers were never really in danger, and they hope to see some familiar faces return, especially during this week's fundraiser.
We've seen about 30 or 35% less traffic since the accidents happened just instantly. So I tend to think it's probably people trying to give us some space, but I would tell them to come on in and help us out, especially this week when we can help out Ryan's son Hunter.
From the Burlington Buffalo Wild Wings, I'm BNews Director Rich Hosford.
There was a lengthy discussion about what could be done with the configuration of Burlington's elementary school buildings during the most recent school committee meeting. The public feedback had been requested by the committee as it contemplates starting what would be a long process of applying to the state for funds to help pay for whatever final iteration is agreed upon. The need for some kind of change is being prompted by both changes in student enrollment and the fact that two of the elementary school buildings, Fox Hill and Pine Glen, are showing their age. Superintendent Eric Conti said very clearly during the meeting that this is the beginning of the process and that it would take years before anything actually changes. He said if the department were to submit a proposal to the state in April, as it is considering doing, and it was approved, it would take at least 6 to 7 years to go through the state process. The options discussed include keeping the status quo, giving up the Pine Glen site, and building 2 elementary schools on the Fox Hill site. building one large school at Fox Hill and either giving up Pine Glen or converting it into a preschool kindergarten. The feedback from residents was varied, but there was a general consensus that nobody wanted one large elementary school of up to 800 students. There was a lot of discussion of how the smaller schools help students feel comfortable and develop a sense of community. For that reason, many people also spoke against the idea of converting the Pine Glen into a pre-K early childhood center, as that would cause an extra transition for the students and prevent the younger students from bonding with the older ones from the beginning. Here is a selection of some of the feedback.
We really appreciate the small nature of our school. We love our school. And I'm concerned that when you merge schools, you lose resources. I'd hate to see that our children would lose out on resources if things were merged. Also, professionally, knowing that the research has shown that the longer children are in a school, the safer they feel, the more they're invested, the stronger the community bond for them.
School size and class size really do matter. And when we look at our elementary schools, be able to preserve as best as possible and equity across the school district should be our priority for our students. Understanding the needs of two of our schools that do have some significant improvements in place, I would have concerns going outside of the 4-school or 3-school model where we're not talking about equity across the district.
My daughter there is in first grade. She was in kindergarten last year, moved to first grade. She has, she's a little bit of a slow learner, but the support that she has in Fox Hill is amazing. It just seems like there's just that small feel that I don't think you can get from like an 800-person school.
I'm concerned about the impact to my daily life with the amount of traffic that will be brought in by a mega school, 2 schools or whatever, how many schools. How many of you currently live on Fox Hill, Donald, or Westwood Road up here? None.
Nope.
So
Okay.
I experience every day,
Yeah.
I walk my kids to Fox Hill School, and the amount of traffic and the speed at which people go down the road, even with the speed bumps, is ridiculous.
Finally, one unknown that could impact the process is whether the town could rebuild on the Pine Glen site itself. The area is a wetland, and when the building was first built, it was done with a special permit. It's now not a given that a new project would be given the go-ahead. We had our first snowstorm of the season, and Burlington was hit with over 16 inches of snow from Sunday through Tuesday, as if you didn't know. The Burlington Department of Public Works, with help from the Parks and Recreation Maintenance, were hard at work to clear the snow, but were slightly hampered by having less assistance than normal. DPW Director John Sanchez said that the town is facing a lack of contract plow operators that normally are hired to assist with snow removal. This is an issue across the state as more and more private contractors are finding work in the private sector and not taking up government contracts. Sanchez said that while the town employees were able to clear the main roads and most of the residential streets by the start of the workday, the lack of outside help slowed down their ability to clear the sidewalks in a timely manner. He said that if the situation doesn't change, this will likely be the case in future storms this season. He asked that residents be patient and plan ahead for extended cleanup operations. The Burlington Fire Department also asked that residents clear fire hydrants in their neighborhoods in case they are needed in an emergency. In related snow removal news, Burlington's winter parking ban went into effect on Sunday and will be enforced until April 1st. During the ban, no vehicles can be parked on the side of the road between 2 a.m. and 8 a.m. The ban is put in place to make snow removal easier for the Department of Public Works. The ban is enforced by the Burlington Police Department. Offenders can be subject to an initial fine of $25 and subsequent fines of $50 per offense. Also, if a vehicle is parked on the side of the road, if it interferes with snow removal, the town may have it towed at your expense. The People Helping People Wish Tree Table is now up and running on the second floor of the Burlington Mall. BNEWS reporter Tad Stefanak went to check it out and has this report.
For over 30 years, the People Helping People Wish Tree has been a holiday tradition in Burlington. The Burlington Mall is home to the Wish Tree on level 2 near Lord and Taylor. Just above Santa's Winter Wonder Lights, the People Helping People Wish Tree is a customary symbol of the reason for the season.
People come to the table here and they pick up a wish from one of the children. We have actually 85 families with 185 children this year. They're able to make wishes of their own, plus we get them basic needs. So you pick up a wish, you purchase the gift, and then you can hang an ornament on the tree.
There we go. Having the wish tree and the people helping people here at the mall has been a huge tradition for us for a number of years. Simon is a huge part of the community, the wish tree with people helping people, as well as the Salvation Army Red Kettle Drive, bell ringers, and charity gift wrap that helps Teen Challenge. So we have a variety of ways people can give back to the community here at Burlington Mall.
You can do your share of charitable holiday giving by making a child's holiday wish come true at the Burlington Mall.
The mall is a great place to stop by and pick up a gift or a wish for the child.
From the Burlington Mall, I'm BNEWS reporter Tad Stefanak.
In other holiday donation news, the Burlington Fire Department is once again collecting toys for the patients at Children's Hospital of Boston in their annual Holiday Happiness Toy Drive. The toys are given to patients for the holiday, but also for other special events throughout the year, including birthdays, surgeries, milestone treatments, and more. You can donate new, unused, unwrapped toys for newborns through children of age 18. All toys and gift donations go directly to inpatient children at Boston Children's Hospital. You can drop up toys at the Burlington Fire Department or at any of the locations listed on the screen. Gifts that they need the most are for ages newborn through 3 years old and ages 13 to 18, but all donations are very much appreciated. There are many other charity opportunities in Burlington you can support this holiday season. To make it easier to find a good cause that is both trusted and local, we have compiled a list of them that can be found on our website at bcattv.org/bnews in the Other News section. Please take a look. This year's Burlington High School is getting festive with their musical production. This Friday is opening night for their take on Elf the Musical. Elf is a 2010 theatrical adaptation of the 2003 film of the same name starring Will Ferrell. For a behind-the-scenes look, BNews entertainment reporter Chris Flaherty has this look.
The best way to spread Christmas cheer is singing loud for all to hear. That's the classic line from New Line Cinema's 2003 holiday classic Elf and its 2010 theatrical adaptation, which is this year's musical at Burlington High School. As a big fan of Elf, I made my way down to the Fogelberg Performing Arts Center during rehearsals to learn more about this festive production.
This was the first year we're doing the musical in the fall. A lot of really crazy reasons. When in discussion and feedback from parents and students, we made the decision, let's try this year, let's try the musical in the fall. And so we thought, okay, what's a good show to do in the fall? And it did open up an opportunity to do some kind of holiday-themed show, which is not something we can usually do in April. Actually, I think we're one of the first high schools to get the rights in the country. In fact, they didn't even have the scripts printed. We were waiting, and we started auditions and rehearsals. They actually had to send us electronic copies because the printer, their publisher, was so back order. So that's how new and fresh and exciting it was. We're really excited to bring this show to life here in Burlington.
It's been an interesting transition for us because usually our musicals are in the spring. So it was an adjustment for all of us to sort of work around all schedules and stuff. But no, we're pulling it together. We've got 2 weeks from tonight, actually, and it's really been great. Tickets are doing well, and the word's getting out, so.
I got a chance to speak to members of the cast who explained what inspired them to bring these beloved holiday characters to life.
I don't know, I just liked his energy and the fun of the part.
Growing up, I always watched Elf on Christmas, and I just loved the role of Jovi because she always says she doesn't sing, but in reality, she's such a good singer. And as a child, I always loved singing, so I just love watching the movie and getting to see her sing.
I was just, in the movie, the Elf is the same thing. I just love this wholesome character and just his love for Christmas. I love Christmas, and like how nice he is and stuff like that.
There are a lot of students hard at work behind the scenes as well, like Katie Serbian, the first student choreographer for a BHS production.
It's really fun. I've been able to work with such great people, and I love everyone in the cast. Everyone's so great and so positive, so it's a really great show. Yeah, the dances are really coming together. Everything's coming together. It's going to be a really great show. You should definitely come see it.
As opening night approaches, the cast and crew hope Elf the Musical invigorates audiences with the spirit of the season of believing.
It's about, people accept acceptance of other people, family, the importance of being able to just believe. It's all about believing.
Whether you believe in Santa or whether you're whatever religion doesn't play into it, I believe it's something that's a human spirit, that believing in something special, and the magic in child's eyes, the innocence, and I really think that that's something that everybody can connect to.
Elf the Musical opens on Friday, December 6th, with additional performances December 7th and 13th through the 15th. Tickets are on sale now. Until next time, this is Chris Flaherty for BNEWS Weekly, wishing you a happy holidays.
BHS Theater once again a trendsetter in Massachusetts. The Burlington Police Department is warning restaurants and liquor stores in town to be vigilant and make sure they are checking IDs. Chief Michael Kent said he would like to notify business owners that the police will be conducting alcohol compliance checks at all local licensed establishments in the coming weeks and months. Alcohol compliance checks are conducted throughout the calendar year. The purpose of these compliance operations is to educate the licensees about the importance of complying with local and state laws and to remain vigilant in ensuring that no alcoholic beverages are sold to underage persons. Police say it is vital to ensure minors are not given access to alcohol, as its use is related to motor vehicle crashes, crime, poor performance in school, and a number of other behaviors that could have an adverse impact on the quality of their lives. Businesses that are caught violating alcohol sale laws in the compliance check are subject to a loss of their ability to sell. Under Board of Selectmen policy, the penalty for a first-time violation is suspension of its license for 1 day. The second time, it will be subject to a 5-day suspension. Increasing penalties include 10 days for a third offense and 15 days for a fourth offense. Monday, November 25th, the second annual Burlington Idol at Chops American Bar and Grill concluded, and John O'Neill of Cambridge was named this year's winner. BNews entertainment reporter Chris Flaherty has this look at the big finale.
We have our next Burlington Idol. John O'Neill of Cambridge was awarded first prize in the finals of this year's competition on Monday, November 25th.
Roller coaster of emotions. I just like last week, I can't even describe it. It's really crazy. It's been a very dynamic experience, just seeing all the talent from different contestants, the songwriting aspects, the covers that they're choosing, and like seeing how they would take a song and perform it. It's been really interesting to see all that, and it's definitely helped me improve a lot as an artist.
Mackenzie Clement and Kerry Flaherty, who came in third and second respectively, echoed John's remarks that Burlington Idol means more than just placing in a singing competition.
It's meant a lot. It's been an incredible experience working with so many talented musicians. It's been amazing.
But I mean, it's not, just a local singing competition. I feel like a lot's going to come out of this, and already I've talked to some friends that were in the competition or were in the competition last year, and I was able to kind of get some gigs out of it already, and I just can't wait to see what the future holds.
For the final week of the competition, Chops welcomed a special guest judge, Ayla Brown, a local singer from Wrentham, Mass., morning host of Country 102.5, and finalist from Season 5 of American Idol.
It was a lot of fun. I mean, this is what it's all about, having local support. I mean, this whole place is packed. If you haven't seen the video, every seat was full tonight because people are craving live music in a town like Burlington. I would encourage anyone who's listening right now or want to know how they can break into the industry is just get out there and do stuff like this. Like, get the practice and learn from every experience.
With the second Burlington Idol competition now complete, the folks over at Chops American Bar and Grill could not have been happier with the level of talent and support from the community they've received over the past month.
It was amazing. I mean, we had great talent tonight. We had a great turnout. The community definitely came and supported everyone, and we had 3 amazing singers that were completely different from each other. I think it made it a really hard judging component. The fact that we can do something like this in Burlington, I think, is an amazing thing. We had talent from all over Massachusetts come out. The judges were amazing. We had Ayla Brown here. I'm like, we're in Burlington. We got a A-list, country singer that came out and supported us and voted. So I just think that anything's possible, and I think it's a really cool community outreach that we put together, and people came out and supported it and wanted more.
Until next time, this has been Chris Flaherty with your BNews Entertainment Buzz.
Dream on, dream till your dream come true.
We need a large music venue in Burlington. That's an editorial comment. Keep your eyes on the road and off your devices while driving. Last week, Governor Charlie Baker signed the so-called distracted driver bill, first filed in 2003, into law. The law restricts the use of all electronic devices to hands-free mode. The bill defines hands-free mode as one that engages in voice communication with and receiving audio without touching, holding, or otherwise manually manipulating a mobile electronic device. Law enforcement officials will issue warnings to drivers for first offenses of the new law until March 31st, 2020. After that date, the penalty for violating the law will be a $100 fine for the first offense, $250 fine, and a safety course for the second offense, and a $500 fine and surcharge for third and subsequent offenses. Drivers can use navigational devices if they are affixed to the central console, dashboard, or windshield. The use of electronics in an emergency is also exempt. BNews weatherman Peter Brown and community calendar regular Maddie Shipker are both out this week, so the duty to bring you both the forecast and the latest Burlington happenings falls to Chris Flaherty. We go now to him for both.
Hey everyone, this is Chris Flaherty filling in for BNews meteorologist Peter Brown, who is out this week. We start our weather report with the almanac, which shows that at 38 degrees, we're going to have temperatures slightly below the average for this time period, which has been 43 degrees. However, we won't be close to the historic low for this day, which was 8 degrees in 2002, but we're also not near the record high of the spring-like temperatures of 72 degrees set in 2011. One final note on the almanac is hours of daylight. We're only getting 9 hours and 12 minutes of sunlight. Sunset will be at 4:12 p.m. Now let's take a look at our 7-day forecast. I do have to say the temperatures are frequently changing throughout the week. Friday, Saturday, and Sunday will bring mostly partly sunny skies. Temps will be in the high 20s and 30s. Monday and Tuesday we will see a chance of rain with temps in the low to mid 50s. Finally, Wednesday and Thursday we'll see another mix of partly sunny skies and temps in the mid 40s. That's all for your weekly forecast. I'm Chris Flaherty, saying as Peter Brown always does, get out and enjoy the weather. Hey everyone, this is Chris Flaherty with your community calendar. Get your list ready because Santa is waiting for your phone call. On December 10th and 11th, the Burlington Parks and Recreation Department have been granted access to the North Pole Hotline. The event is for Burlington residents only. Calls will be transferred from 5:30 to 7 p.m. on the selected day. For more information about this, call the Parks and Recreation Department at 781-270-1695. Come and listen to music and stories from Scotland, Ireland, and England. On Thursday, December 12th from 7 to 8:30 p.m., the Burlington Public Library will be having a presentation called A Gathering of Celtic and Christmas with Jeff Snow. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more information, visit burlingtonlibrary.org. It's time to stroll through a winter wonderland. On Saturday, December 14th from 10 a.m. to 4 p.m., 3rd Ave in Burlington will be having an event called the Santa Claus Stroll. Everyone is welcome and the event is free. For more information about the event, visit the 3rd Ave Facebook page or call 781-272-4000. I'm Chris Flaherty, and this has been your Community Calendar.
Fall sports are over, but there is one more sports report for the season. We go now to BNews sports reporter Liz Gillespie for the latest.
Hey everyone, I'm Liz Gillespie for your weekly sports report. The fall season is over, but we have some highlights from the annual Thanksgiving Day football game, as Burlington Red Devils took on their rival, the Lexington Minutemen, at Varsity Field. Let's check it out.
The Burlington Red Devils had their final game of the 2019 season on Thanksgiving Day as they took on the Lexington Minutemen. First possession for the Red Devils, quarterback Cal Pena threw to a wide open receiver, and I mean wide open receiver, Sean Pinkham for a Red Devil touchdown, 7-0 Burlington. Time for the Minutemen's turn. Running back Mason Hatfield found an opening to tie it, 7-7. Now it's the primary quarterback, Charles Mabardi, throwing a lateral pass to Ethan Z for the lead, 14-7 Minutemen. Second quarter, Burlington in the red zone. Pena faked it to John Hurley as Pena takes it himself into the end zone to tie the game up, 14-14 at the half. Lexington received the ball in the third quarter, and it's Hatfield once again making moves and scoring. 21-14 Minutemen. Later in the third, Hatfield threw a screen to Justin Siri to bump up the score, 28-14. Hatfield took it to the house after running from his own 35-yard line. (35-14) Lexington. Fourth and final quarter. Hatfield was in trouble with the Red Devil defense as they were chasing after him from all over the field. But with a couple of blockers in front, he manages to take another touchdown to the house. 42-14 Minutemen. Back to Burlington's side, Cal Pena scored his final touchdown of his high school career. 42-20 Lexington. Now Hatfield didn't run it this time on the last snap. Instead, he gave it off to Kevin Zahn for a Minutemen touchdown. 49-20 was the final score.
Spring is not quite in the air, however, one student is going green at Rohannes Park. Burlington High School student Matt Tentricool is organizing a tennis ball recycling program for Rohannes Park that will launch this spring. The project will help create a greener environment for both Burlington and the park. BNEWS sports reporter Robert Paris has more.
Every year, tennis balls are thrown out from over 250,000 courts. One BHS student is trying to change that with a new recycling system taking effect next spring.
My project is Green Tennis Burlington, and we are raising money to fund a tennis ball recycling program here at Rohannes Park. We are looking to raise $1,000 to cover the cost of weatherproof bins and to cover the cost of establishing a program here for the years to come.
Matt has made a fundraising page where students, parents, and the rest of the community can help out.
So right now, the main way you can help out is through our GoFundMe, which is Help Burlington Tennis Go Green, and right now we're having a social media campaign. So if you would like to stay in touch with us or keep up with our progress, you can follow us at Burlington Green Tennis on Facebook and B_Green Tennis on Twitter.
Lastly, as the project is underway, it will help ensure that all tennis balls are recycled and reused.
I like to think of this project as the first of many to come, and I think that this project will really have a large effect and a noticeable effect at Rohannes Park and other parks in Burlington. I think it is a great way for local community members to help out our local environment.
From Rohannes Park, I'm Robert Paris for BNews Sports.
We will be back for the winter sports season in the coming weeks. For more of this week's Red Devil action, go to bcattv.org under the B News Sports Hub section. And that's all for your weekly sports report. I am Liz Gillespie, back to you guys in the studio.
Another week, another photo to highlight. This week's photo shows the peace after a storm. It was sent in by Natasha Leclerc. It features a snow scene from after the snow stopped falling on Tuesday. Finally, it was taken from outside her home on her Nikon camera. Thank you for the photo, Natasha. We'd like to see your photos. They could be of something you see around town, the weather outside your own door, or even photos of your family members, friends, and pets. Whatever you think is interesting and would like to share with us and the community. Email your photos to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. Okay, that's it from the news desk here at BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher, along with BNews Director Rich Hosford, BNews reporters Tad Stefanak, Chris Flaherty, and Robert Paris. That's it. Thank you and have a pleasant evening.